captured in the 2021 first quarter budget presented to Parliament a week ago. Making the request for approval on the floor of Parliament, Deputy Minister of Finance, Mr. Charles Adu Boahen, said the $5 billion fund is critical.
With respect to request today to borrow, permission to borrow up to 5 billion in Eurobonds, it's important, Mr. Speaker, that we are very clear that of this amount, only 1.5 billion is to be used for budgetary purposes. The other 3.5 billion is strictly for liability management and debt reprofiling. Mr. Speaker, this has become quite urgent due to a couple of factors that we've seen recently. One of them being the COVID-19 pandemic, which has forced us to increase our expenditures significantly, which have primarily been financed by domestic borrowing.
Minority Leader Mr. Harun Edrisu was concerned about the over-reliance on international borrowing and its effects on the country's debt position.
There is a request for Parliament to approve borrowing of up to $5 billion US. The breakdown of the first $3 billion is a $1.5 billion, to quote the chairman, for budget support to finance group-oriented expenditure in the 2021. Why didn't you wait? Why didn't you wait till post the election? You put it there in your report. But we are saying that for purpose of exercising oversight, where is this 1.5 billion to be spent on? Where? Tell us. You are now coming to ask for our approval to borrow. Because you see, in the B, you've done well, 1.5 billion for reprofiling domestic debt. Then, Mr. Speaker, this is even more worrying. In the chairman's report, may I respectively refer you to paragraph 4.4, significant risk in domestic debt option, that government finds it more convenient to go to the international market than to borrow within the domestic market. I know what the limitations are, but Mr. Speaker, hear what the committee said. The committee was informed that despite the improvement in the cost and risk matrix of the debt portfolio, there are significant risks in the domestic debt service costs.